What up? It's Chris from Laser Lemming, and how's it going? Haven't seen you for a week. I want to talk about a few things. It's going to be pretty simple, but the PlayStation 4 Pro was officially revealed last week. Last week I made a video about it. It was known as the Neo at the time. Sony officially called the thing the Pro, meaning if you're not playing on the Pro, you are an amateur. You don't know what you're doing. You are not a real hardcore gamer. But it's underwhelming in a lot of aspects. The system just looks kind of like a PS4 and a half, like the way it's actually stacked. Looks kind of like a hamburger bun. But people are not overly enthused. There was a certain amount of hype coming into this thing that is really deflated. And that's because you can't... They did a bad job selling this sucker. Now, remember, the point of the PS4 Pro is really to get you to play it on a Sony 4K set, a 4K TV, and they want to push the era of 4K with a system that is not ready for 4K. Now, granted, this is more powerful than the PS4, and I am not a tech expert, but from what I understand, this is not going to run games super powerfully in 4K. And the Xbox Scorpio, which comes out next year, probably around November, October, September maybe, next year, is going to be a lot more powerful and run games in 4K much better. And by that time, 4K TVs will be much more prevalent, even though they're selling them all over the place now. But more people are more likely to have a 4K TV this time next year. So it was underwhelming. People were not overly enthused, and Sony showed off the differences of a 1080p game and a 4K game, the same game. They showed off the differences on a 1080 stream, meaning didn't look much different. Didn't look much different. And if you didn't have better and more effects in your game, the people watching really couldn't tell the difference. So, good job, Sony. Not the best move, but it is what it is. The price point is right. Comes out at $400. It's a pretty slick way to keep selling your system for $400 3 years after you officially or initially released it. So, whatever. I'm not a big fan of the way the system looks, but I wasn't a big fan of the way the Slim looks either. So, there's that. I think $400 is a pretty decent price point, and not all games are just going to be pushing that 4K. And the way these specs look, that's probably a good thing. They'll probably push for 1080p, 60 frames per second, more effects. And that's fine with me. My TV's 1080. I'm not getting a 4K for a while now. So, whatever. A lot of people aren't happy. They can get the Scorpio or they can get a PC. Sony is saying, you know what? Xbox is not our competition. We don't view it that way. We're now viewing the PC as our competition. Which is kind of bullshit because, you know, Xbox is still outselling gaming PCs by a large margin, but Sony must see the future, and the future is people getting into gaming PCs, or, you know, Sony wants to stop that through upgraded consoles. So, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan, but that's what it is. I'd like to know your thoughts on that. What do you think of the PS4 Pro? Are you going to get one? If you have a PS4, are you going to upgrade? If you don't have one, will you get one, or will you wait for a Scorpio? There is a difference in exclusives there. That's what that is. But I wanted to talk about something else as well. I am going to be making a game. Boom! I'm going to make a game. I'm going to make a video game. I've done it before. I've never talked about this on YouTube, but I've done it before. Now, it didn't get a complete official release, but I made a platformer once upon a time in Game Maker. You may have heard of it. It's a program for making games. I know the name can be confusing, but that's what I used, and I was addicted to Game Maker. I gotta say, I was using it every day. I was on the forums every day, just talking and learning and playing other people's games, and it was great. And my platformer was decent. I made some pretty good graphics and some pretty good gameplay mechanics, and I was pretty happy with it. You know, for being a young teenager, I was probably 13, 14, doing this. Pretty nerdy thing to do, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I have Game Maker again. I have the Pro version now. I don't know if this is still up, but I got it off a Humble Bundle. I can't keep telling you guys about Humble Bundle enough. But $15 I got the Pro version of Game Maker, and every module needed to port it to Android, iOS, Windows Phone, Windows, Mac, whatever. I've got it. And so I'm going to do this. I'm just announcing this so that I can really make myself do this. Now, it's going to take a while. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm learning. I'm spending a lot of time just listening to videos, practicing, relearning this program. And I want to learn it on a coding level. And that's a lot for me. But the ultimate goal here, I think, is to get a game out on Steam. Now, if I really wanted to just crap something out on Steam, like a green light game, that's easily doable. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to deliver a very decent game, and it's not to make $1 billion. You know, if I make $1 billion, that would be excellent. I would like that very much. But it's really just to do it. I think it would be cool, and I want you guys to play it. I want you to play it. So, look out for that. Look out for that one of these years. But maybe if this really picks up some steam, I will show progress. Maybe even a beta. I don't know. I just wanted to announce it so that I am forced to do it. If you are watching this, and if you are watching this a year from now, or my videos a year from now, say in the comments, hey, what's going on with that game? If I'm not updating you, say, hey, what's going on with that game? And I'll be like, oh, here's the progress. Here's the progress. I just wanted to say that. Don't even know what kind of game it's going to be yet. It's going to be a learning experience. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I just wanted to announce that. So, tell me your thoughts on the PS4 Pro, and tell me what kind of games you're interested in. Maybe I will look into making that. And this could be a collaborative project. I'm looking for people with talent, sure, but first, I need to learn. I need to learn. So that's what I'm doing. If you want to do this, you still have some time, I think, to get on this Game Maker bundle. This is a hell of a deal. They said it's like $1,800 worth of content. You get a lot more than what I explained. And a year ago, I also purchased the game making bundle, which included a lot of other assets I'm going to be using, including Sprite Maker. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And it's going to be a while. So, I'm rambling, but let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll see you soon.